Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Speak Up. I'm Ryan, and today we're diving into a fascinating topic: how different countries celebrate New Year. Now, New Year is a time of joy and renewal, but what makes it truly remarkable is how cultures around the world have developed their own unique ways of marking this special occasion. From the vibrant fireworks in Sydney, Australia, to the serene traditions of temple bell ringing in Japan, we'll be exploring a wide range of celebrations. You might be surprised by how much variety there is, even in something as seemingly universal as welcoming a new year.
Hi everyone, I'm Priya. Yes, Ryan is absolutely right. New Year's celebrations offer us a beautiful glimpse into the diversity of our world. It's not just about counting down and shouting, Happy New Year. For many cultures, it's a time steeped in rituals, symbolism, and community. Whether it's eating grapes at midnight in Spain, setting off firecrackers in China, or gathering around bonfires in Iceland, each tradition carries its own meaning and history. And today we'll be walking you through 10 of the most interesting and unique New Year's celebrations from across the globe.
Exactly. And what's exciting is that while we'll cover the traditions of well-known countries like the United States and Scotland, we'll also shine a spotlight on places and practices you might not have heard of. For instance, did you know that in Brazil, people gather on Copacabana Beach to offer flowers to the sea goddess Yemanja? Or that in South Africa, some people throw old household items out of their windows to symbolize letting go of the past? These are just a few of the incredible stories we have in store for you today.
That's right, Ryan. And here's what you can expect from today's episode. We'll kick things off with the stunning New Year's Eve fireworks in Sydney, Australia, and then move to the iconic ball drop in New York City. After that, we'll explore Hogmanay in Scotland and the Lunar New Year traditions in China. But we're not stopping there. We'll also delve into the festive spirit of Spain, Brazil, Japan, Iceland, Thailand, and South Africa. Each segment will give you a vivid picture of how people in these countries welcome the new year their way.
So, sit back, relax, and get ready for a global journey of celebration and culture. Whether you're listening to improve your English, learn about new cultures, or simply enjoy an engaging conversation, we've got you covered. Let's get started with our first stop, Sydney, Australia.
Yes, let's dive right in. And don't forget, if you love what you hear today, share this podcast with your friends and family. Let's make this new year a time of learning and connecting across the globe. Now, on to Sydney.
Let's start our journey in the beautiful city of Sydney, Australia, famous for hosting one of the most spectacular New Year's Eve celebrations in the world. Each year, millions of people gather around Sydney Harbour to witness a breathtaking fireworks display. The Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Opera House provide the perfect backdrop for this stunning visual spectacle. It's not just a local event, it's broadcast globally, making it one of the first major cities to ring in the new year. The fireworks are synchronized with music, and the vibrant colors light up the sky in a way that's truly unforgettable. What's amazing is the level of planning involved. Months of preparation go into making sure every firework explodes at the perfect moment.
Absolutely, Ryan. What's unique about celebrating New Year in Sydney is that it's summer there. While many parts of the world are bundled up in coats and scarves, Australians enjoy the warm weather and celebrate outdoors. It's a time for family picnics, beach parties, and BBQs. People head to parks and vantage points early in the day to secure the best views of the harbour. There's a festive atmosphere everywhere, with food stalls, live music, and even aerial shows in the lead-up to the midnight fireworks. For many, it's not just about watching the fireworks. It's about spending quality time with loved ones in a beautiful outdoor setting.
That's such a refreshing way to celebrate, Priya. Another interesting aspect is the focus on inclusivity. The city organizes 2 rounds of fireworks, one at 9 p.m. for families with young children, and the main display at midnight. It's a way to ensure that everyone, regardless of their age, gets to participate in the celebrations. Sydney also has a tradition of reflecting on important themes. For instance, recent years have seen tributes to first responders, environmental awareness, and indigenous culture as part of the celebrations. It's a reminder that while New Year is about looking forward, it's also a time to honor the past and the people who make a difference in our lives.
Exactly, Ryan. And let's not forget the community spirit that shines through during these celebrations. Sydney Harbor becomes a melting pot of people from all walks of life, coming together to welcome the new year. Whether you're a local or a tourist, the sense of togetherness is palpable. For many visitors, it's a bucket list experience. There's something magical about seeing the first major New Year fireworks of the world. And then there are the cruises. Some people choose to watch the fireworks from boats on the harbor, which adds a unique dimension to the celebration. Imagine being surrounded by sparkling water and a sky lit up with vibrant colors. It's truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Absolutely. The combination of the natural beauty of the harbor, the creativity of the fireworks display, and the lively atmosphere makes Sydney a standout destination for New Year's Eve. And as you mentioned earlier, Priya, it's not just about the fireworks. It's the whole day, filled with fun, relaxation, and a sense of optimism for the year ahead. What a way to kick things off.
Exactly, Ryan. Sydney's New Year's Eve celebrations perfectly capture the spirit of new beginnings. They remind us to embrace joy, community, and hope as we step into the future. After exploring the stunning fireworks of Sydney, let's head to a completely different but equally iconic celebration: Times Square in New York City, USA. If Sydney's celebrations are about outdoor gatherings under a summer sky, New York's New Year's Eve is about energy, tradition, and a truly global spotlight. The Times Square ball drop is one of the most famous New Year's Eve traditions, with millions of people tuning in from all over the world to watch it live. What's fascinating is that this tradition has been around for over a century. It all started in 1907. Back then, the first ball was made of iron and wood and illuminated by 100 light bulbs. Over time, it has evolved into the dazzling Waterford crystal ball we see today, covered with over 2,600 crystals and capable of displaying millions of colors.
That's incredible, Priya. And what makes the Times Square celebration so special is not just the history, but the scale and energy of the event. Every year, despite the freezing winter weather, hundreds of thousands of people pack into Times Square to witness the countdown live. It's like a massive party with music, performances, and a sense of excitement that's absolutely electric. Some of the world's biggest stars perform live on stage, keeping the crowd entertained as they eagerly wait for midnight. And when the ball finally begins its descent, the entire crowd chants the countdown together. It's such a powerful collective moment.
Absolutely, Ryan. And what's even more amazing is how this event has become a global phenomenon. Thanks to television and now online streaming, people from all corners of the world tune in to watch the ball drop. It's almost like a shared moment of celebration for humanity. You could be watching from your home in London, Tokyo, or even Sydney, where people might already be enjoying their New Year's Day, and still feel connected to that magical moment in Times Square. The midnight moment, with confetti raining down, the singing of Auld Lang Syne, and the energy of the crowd really captures the spirit of new beginnings.
Exactly, Priya. And let's not forget the symbolism of the ball drop itself. The descending ball represents the passing of time, a visual reminder that the old year is coming to an end and the new one is beginning. It's a tradition that has adapted to modern times but still holds on to its original charm. For instance, the ball now uses cutting-edge technology, with LED lights and energy-efficient systems, reflecting a commitment to innovation and sustainability. But at its core, it's about unity and hope. That moment when everyone counts down together feels timeless, no matter how much the world changes.
Exactly, Ryan. What's also worth noting is how Times Square itself becomes a symbol of resilience. Over the years, it has seen challenges, from weather disruptions to the pandemic, but the tradition always continues, reminding us of the importance of celebration and optimism. And just like Sydney's fireworks bring people together in person and on screen, the Times Square ball drop does the same on a massive scale. It's a tradition that embodies the idea of looking forward with excitement and hope.
Well said, Priya. The energy of Times Square is contagious, even if you're watching from your living room. It's a testament to how celebrations can unite us across distances and time zones. So, whether you're there in person, braving the cold with the crowd, or watching with loved ones at home, the ball drop is a moment that belongs to everyone. After the bright lights and energy of Times Square, let's journey to Scotland, where New Year's celebrations are steeped in rich traditions and history. In Scotland, New Year's Eve is called Hogmanay, and it's more than just a single night of celebration. It often spans several days. The roots of Hogmanay go back centuries, influenced by Norse and Celtic traditions, as well as the winter solstice festivals. What makes Hogmanay stand out is its focus on community, symbolism, and meaningful rituals. It's not just about fireworks or parties, it's about embracing the spirit of new beginnings in a deeply personal and cultural way.
Exactly, Ryan. One of the most fascinating aspects of Hogmanay is the tradition of first footing. This custom involves being the first person to step into a friend or neighbor's house after midnight, bringing symbolic gifts like coal, shortbread, or whiskey. These gifts are meant to represent warmth, prosperity, and good fortune for the coming year. What's interesting is that the luckiest first foot is traditionally a dark-haired man. This goes back to Viking times, when a blonde stranger might have been seen as a potential invader. It's a lovely way to bring people together and start the year with gestures of goodwill and kindness.
That's such a unique way to celebrate, Priya. Another standout feature of Hogmanay is the torchlight processions, which are particularly famous in Edinburgh. Thousands of people carry lit torches through the city streets, creating a breathtaking river of fire that symbolizes the light driving away darkness and welcoming the new year. It's an experience that blends ancient symbolism with modern celebration. And of course, there's the street party in Edinburgh, which is one of the biggest New Year's Eve celebrations in the world, complete with music, dancing, and spectacular fireworks over Edinburgh Castle.
And we can't talk about Hogmanay without mentioning Auld Lang Syne. Did you know that this iconic New Year's song has its roots in Scotland? It was penned by the famous poet Robert Burns in the 18th century, though the lyrics are based on older folk songs. At the stroke of midnight, people across Scotland, and really all over the world, link arms and sing the song together. The lyrics, which talk about remembering old friendships and cherishing past times, perfectly capture the bittersweet emotions of New Year's. It's incredible how a Scottish tradition has become a global symbol of New Year's Eve.
Absolutely, Priya. The beauty of Auld Lang Syne is how it brings people together, whether they're in Scotland or halfway across the world. Hogmanay, as a whole, is a celebration that perfectly balances fun and reflection. It's not just about welcoming the new year. It's about acknowledging the connections, traditions, and values that guide us forward. From the fiery processions to the heartfelt singing, Hogmanay offers something truly special.
Well said, Ryan. Hogmanay reminds us that New Year's isn't just a calendar event. It's a time to embrace community, tradition, and hope for the future. And just like the torchlight processions light up Scotland, this celebration lights up hearts across the world. From Scotland's Hogmanay, let's journey to East Asia, where New Year's celebrations take on a completely different form with the Lunar New Year. Unlike the Gregorian calendar New Year, which falls on January 1st, the Lunar New Year is based on the lunar calendar and typically falls between late January and mid-February. In China, it's known as Chunjie, or the Spring Festival, and it's the most significant holiday of the year. This celebration is all about family, tradition, and starting the year with good fortune. For 15 days, people engage in activities that are rich in symbolism and history, making it one of the longest and most vibrant New Year celebrations in the world.
That's right, Priya. A key aspect of the Lunar New Year is the focus on family reunions. People travel long distances to return to their hometowns and spend time with loved ones. This massive migration is sometimes called the world's largest human migration. It's a time to honor ancestors, reflect on family values, and strengthen bonds. One tradition that stands out is the giving of red envelopes, or hongbao, which contain money. These envelopes symbolize good luck and prosperity, especially for children and young adults. The red color itself is significant in Chinese culture. It represents happiness, energy, and protection against evil spirits.
Absolutely, Ryan. And speaking of protection, firecrackers play a huge role in the Lunar New Year festivities. Legend has it that in ancient times, loud noises and bright lights were used to scare away a mythical monster called Nian. Today, firecrackers and fireworks are used to celebrate and ward off bad luck. The energy and excitement they bring to the festivities are unmatched. Another iconic tradition is the cleaning of houses before the new year begins. This symbolizes sweeping away bad luck from the past year and making space for good fortune in the year ahead.
And we can't forget the stunning dragon and lion dances. These performances are not just visually captivating, they're also deeply symbolic. The dragon represents power, strength, and good luck, while the lion is believed to chase away evil spirits. The dances are usually accompanied by the rhythmic beating of drums, gongs, and cymbals, creating an electrifying atmosphere. The performers, dressed in elaborate costumes, bring these mythical creatures to life as they move through the streets or perform in public squares. It's not just entertainment, it's a way to bring prosperity and happiness to the community.
Exactly, Ryan. And what's beautiful about the Lunar New Year is how these traditions have been embraced and adapted by different cultures across East Asia. In Korea, it's called Seolal, and in Vietnam, it's Tet. Each country has its unique customs, but the themes of family, renewal, and prosperity remain central. Whether it's the special foods prepared, the decorations in homes, or the rituals performed, the Lunar New Year is a time of joy, reflection, and hope.
Well said, Priya. The Lunar New Year is such a rich celebration that highlights the importance of heritage and togetherness. It's a reminder that New Year traditions, while diverse, share common themes of connection and optimism. From the glowing red lanterns to the thunderous firecrackers, the Lunar New Year is a sensory and cultural feast. From the vibrant Lunar New Year traditions of East Asia, let's head to Spain, where New Year's Eve celebrations are marked by a simple yet fascinating tradition, eating 12 grapes at midnight. Known as las 12 uvas de la suerte, the 12 grapes of luck, this custom involves eating one grape for each chime of the clock at midnight. The idea is that if you can eat all 12 grapes in time, you'll enjoy good luck for each of the 12 months of the coming year. It's a fun, light-hearted challenge that's also rich in cultural significance.
That's right, Ryan. The tradition is said to have originated in the late 19th century in Spain. One popular theory is that it began as a marketing gimmick by grape growers in Alicante who had a surplus harvest. Another story traces it back to Madrid's upper class, who adopted the custom of eating grapes during New Year celebrations as a way to imitate French traditions. Whatever its origins, the tradition quickly spread and became a beloved part of Spanish culture. Today, it's not just about the grapes. It's about gathering with family and friends to ring in the new year together.
Exactly, Priya. And there's no better place to experience this tradition than at Madrid's Puerta del Sol. This square, often compared to New York's Times Square, becomes the heart of Spain's New Year's Eve celebrations. Thousands of people gather, dressed in festive attire, some even wearing party hats or carrying noisemakers. They eagerly await the clock tower's chimes, holding their grapes and counting down together. The atmosphere is electric, filled with laughter, cheers, and a shared sense of anticipation. It's a moment that unites the crowd in a simple yet meaningful act.
Absolutely, Ryan. What's amazing is how this tradition has spread beyond Spain to other Spanish-speaking countries. In places like Mexico, Argentina, and Chile, families also eat 12 grapes at midnight, though there might be slight variations in how the tradition is practiced. For example, in some regions, people make a wish for each grape they eat, while in others, they pair it with a toast to good health, happiness, and prosperity. It's fascinating to see how a single tradition can bring communities together, not just in Spain, but across the world.
That's so true, Priya. And beyond the grapes, the entire evening in Spain is filled with festivity. After the clock strikes midnight, The party continues with music, dancing, and plenty of cava, the Spanish sparkling wine. Many people head out to local bars or gather in homes to celebrate well into the early hours of the morning. It's a perfect blend of tradition and modern fun, making New Year's Eve in Spain a unique experience that's both meaningful and lively.
Well said, Ryan. What I love about the grape tradition is how it's a perfect example of combining simplicity with symbolism. It's not about extravagant displays or complex rituals. It's about sharing a moment of hope and joy with the people around you. Whether you're in Madrid's bustling Puerta del Sol or a quiet village, the act of eating those 12 grapes connects everyone in a beautiful way. From the charming tradition of eating 12 grapes in Spain, let's head to the vibrant shores of Brazil, where New Year's Eve is celebrated with energy, music, and deep spiritual significance. One of the most iconic locations is Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro. Imagine this. Over 2 million people gathered along the shoreline, dressed in white, dancing to samba music and enjoying one of the world's most spectacular fireworks displays. It's a celebration that feels like a carnival, blending joy, unity, and a sense of hope for the new year.
That's right, Priya. The fireworks at Copacabana Beach are nothing short of breathtaking. As midnight strikes, the sky lights up with vibrant colors reflecting over the ocean. It's not just a visual spectacle, it's a moment of collective joy. People cheer, hug, and toast to the new year with champagne. But what makes this celebration even more special is its spiritual element. Many Brazilians honor Yemanja, the Afro-Brazilian sea goddess, as part of their New Year's rituals. They offer flowers, candles, and small gifts, setting them afloat on the ocean as a gesture of gratitude and hope for blessings in the coming year.
Exactly, Ryan. Yemanja, often associated with motherhood, fertility, and protection, holds a special place in Brazilian culture. These offerings are not just about seeking blessings, they're also a way of connecting with nature and the divine. It's beautiful to see how spirituality is woven into such a massive celebration. Alongside the fireworks and music, the sight of thousands of floating flowers on the waves adds a serene and reflective dimension to the festivities. It's a reminder that while New Year is about celebration, it's also a time to express gratitude and set intentions for the future.
And let's not forget the tradition of wearing white clothing, which is deeply symbolic in Brazilian culture. White represents peace, purity, and renewal, and wearing it during New Year's Eve is believed to attract these qualities into your life for the coming year. Some people also incorporate other colors into their outfits based on what they hope to manifest, like yellow for wealth or red for love. It's a tradition that beautifully blends personal aspirations with collective celebration. And when you look out over the crowd at Copacabana Beach, the sea of white is truly mesmerizing.
Absolutely, Ryan. What's fascinating about Brazil's New Year celebrations is how they seamlessly combine joy, tradition, and community. Whether it's dancing to samba, watching the fireworks, or participating in spiritual rituals, there's something for everyone. And the energy is contagious. You don't have to be Brazilian to feel like you're part of the celebration. It's a global event in many ways, with tourists from all over the world flocking to Copacabana Beach to experience this unique mix of fun and spirituality.
Well said, Priya. Brazil's New Year celebrations remind us that welcoming a new year can be both festive and meaningful. It's a time to connect with others, honor traditions, and look forward to the future with optimism. From the stunning fireworks to the heartfelt offerings to Yemanja, every part of this celebration feels intentional and full of life. From the lively beaches of Brazil, let's now journey to Japan, where New Year's celebrations take on a more peaceful and introspective tone. Known as Oshogatsu, the Japanese New Year is all about family, reflection, and spiritual renewal. Unlike the grand parties and fireworks seen in other parts of the world, Japan's New Year traditions emphasize starting the year with a clean slate, both physically and mentally. One beautiful custom is eating toshikoshi soba, or year-crossing noodles, on New Year's Eve. The long noodles symbolize longevity and resilience, and eating them is a way to let go of the hardships of the past year while embracing the hope for a prosperous future.
That's right, Ryan. Another significant tradition is the ringing of temple bells at midnight, a practice known as Joya no Kane. Buddhist temples across Japan ring their bells 108 times, representing the 108 human desires or sins that are believed to cause suffering. Each chime symbolizes the purification of these desires, helping people enter the new year with a cleansed heart and mind. The atmosphere during this ritual is incredibly serene, as people reflect on the past year and set intentions for the year ahead. It's a stark contrast to the loud and celebratory tone we've seen in other countries, but it carries its own unique beauty and significance.
Absolutely, Priya. Another cornerstone of Japanese New Year is visiting shrines or temples to pray for blessings in the coming year. This practice, called Hatsumo-de, often begins on New Year's Day and continues through the first few days of January. Families and individuals make their way to shrines, where they offer coins, clap their hands, and bow in prayer. It's also common to write wishes on iema plaques or draw fortunes from omakuji, small pieces of paper that reveal what the year might hold. These visits are not just spiritual. They're also a chance to connect with family and community, which is central to the Japanese New Year experience.
Exactly, Ryan. The emphasis on family is evident in every aspect of Oshogatsu. Leading up to the new year, families come together to clean their homes, a practice known as osoji, to literally and symbolically sweep away the dust and negativity of the past year. They also prepare special New Year's dishes called osechi ryori, which are beautifully arranged in lacquered boxes and filled with foods that carry symbolic meanings. For instance, black soybeans represent health, and fish roe symbolizes fertility and prosperity. Sharing these meals with loved ones reinforces the importance of togetherness and gratitude as the year begins.
That's such a thoughtful way to start the year, Priya. What I love about Japan's New Year traditions is how they blend introspection, spirituality, and family. It's a time to pause, reflect, and express gratitude for what you have while looking forward to new opportunities. Even the New Year cards, or nengajo, sent to friends and family, carry this spirit of connection and well-wishing. It's all about building meaningful relationships and stepping into the future with a positive mindset.
Exactly, Ryan. And I think what makes Japan's New Year so special is its focus on balance. Between letting go of the past and embracing the future, between personal reflection and familial connection. It's a celebration that feels deeply rooted in values and traditions, offering a peaceful and mindful way to begin the year. From the quiet temples of Japan, let's move to the dramatic landscapes of Iceland, where New Year's celebrations are a mix of modern festivity and breathtaking natural wonders. Icelanders know how to make the most of their unique environment during this special time of year. One of the most magical experiences is witnessing the aurora borealis, or northern lights, during the new year. Imagine standing under a sky painted with waves of green, pink, and purple, watching this natural phenomenon as you welcome the year ahead. It's a humbling and awe-inspiring experience that's unlike anything else in the world.
Absolutely, Priya. The Northern Lights alone would make Iceland a spectacular place to spend New Year's Eve, but there's more to the celebration. One of the most significant traditions is the lighting of bonfires, or brenna. These massive bonfires are lit across towns and villages, bringing communities together in a symbolic act of cleansing and renewal. The bonfires represent burning away the hardships of the past year and starting fresh with the new year. Families and friends gather around these fires, sharing stories, songs, and a strong sense of togetherness. It's a tradition that feels both ancient and deeply meaningful.
Exactly, Ryan. The bonfires also tie into Iceland's rich history of storytelling and community bonding. They're often accompanied by folk music and sometimes even performances that pay homage to Icelandic culture. Another fascinating aspect is how these gatherings create a sense of warmth and intimacy, even in the depths of Iceland's winter. Despite the cold, there's a palpable energy in the air as people come together to reflect on the past and look ahead to the future. The combination of these bonfires and the ethereal glow of the northern lights makes for an unforgettable New Year's Eve experience.
And let's not forget the modern elements of Iceland's celebrations, which include fireworks displays that light up the dark winter sky. Fireworks are sold in abundance leading up to New Year's Eve, and Icelanders don't hold back when it comes to putting on their own displays. The mix of vibrant fireworks and the natural beauty of the northern lights creates a dazzling spectacle. It's a celebration that feels both grounded in tradition and alive with contemporary energy. Whether you're in Reykjavik or a smaller village, the night is filled with a sense of wonder and excitement.
That's so true, Ryan. What's also unique about Iceland's New Year's Eve is its emphasis on reflection. Leading up to midnight, many families gather to watch the annual comedy show Áramótaskaup, which humorously reviews the year's events. It's a way to end the year with laughter and perspective. After midnight, the celebrations continue with parties and gatherings, but there's always a sense of connection to the natural world. The combination of human-made and natural wonders makes Iceland a truly special place to welcome the new year.
Well said, Priya. Iceland's approach to New Year's is a reminder of how traditions can blend seamlessly with the environment. The bonfires, the fireworks, and the northern lights all come together to create a celebration that's as meaningful as it is visually stunning. It's a perfect example of how New Year's Eve can be both reflective and festive. From Iceland's winter wonderland, let's head to the warm and vibrant streets of Thailand, where New Year's celebrations take on a completely different tone. Thailand's New Year, known as Songkran, is celebrated in April, marking the start of the traditional Thai solar calendar. While it doesn't align with the Gregorian calendar, it carries the same spirit of renewal and celebration. Songkran is best known for its festive water fights, but at its heart, it's a deeply cultural and spiritual event that emphasizes cleansing, family, and gratitude. It's a time to wash away the past and welcome a fresh start, both literally and symbolically. The water fights during Songkran have become its most iconic feature, drawing tourists and locals alike into the celebration. Across Thailand, people take to the streets armed with water guns, buckets, and hoses, turning entire cities into playful battlegrounds. But this isn't just about fun. It has a symbolic meaning. Traditionally, water was gently poured over Buddha statues and the hands of elders as a way of showing respect and seeking blessings. Over time, this evolved into the lively water fights we see today, but the essence remains the same. Water symbolizes purification, washing away bad luck, and welcoming good fortune.
Exactly, Ryan. What's particularly beautiful about Songkran is its emphasis on family and community. Many people return to their hometowns during this time to spend the holiday with their loved ones. They begin the celebration by visiting temples to make merit, offering food to monks, and participating in ceremonies that honor their ancestors. In homes, younger family members pour scented water over the hands of elders, seeking their blessings for the year ahead. It's a touching tradition that highlights the importance of respect, gratitude, and connection in Thai culture.
And let's not forget how Songkran is celebrated beyond Thailand. In cities with large Thai communities, such as Los Angeles or Sydney, you'll often find Songkran festivals that bring people together in the same spirit. These events feature water fights, traditional Thai dances, and delicious food, creating a space for Thai culture to shine on a global stage. It's fascinating how this celebration has crossed borders and become a way for Thai communities worldwide to share their traditions while staying connected to their roots.
Absolutely, Ryan. Songkran's connection to water as a cleansing force ties it beautifully to other New Year traditions we've explored, like Japan's temple bell ringing or Iceland's bonfires. It's a reminder of how cultures across the world use symbolic acts to mark the transition from old to new. And what makes Songkran unique is how it combines these deeply meaningful rituals with an unparalleled sense of fun and joy. Whether you're in a small Thai village or the bustling streets of Bangkok, the energy is infectious.
Well said, Priya. Songkran is a perfect example of how New Year's celebrations can be both personal and communal. It's about letting go of the past, connecting with loved ones, and embracing the future with an open heart. And while it's celebrated in April, its themes of renewal and unity resonate with New Year's traditions everywhere. From the refreshing water celebrations of Thailand, Let's journey to South Africa, where New Year's Eve is celebrated with vibrant energy, music, and dance. Major cities like Cape Town, Johannesburg, and Durban come alive with street parties and gatherings that reflect the country's rich cultural diversity. Cape Town in particular hosts grand celebrations at the V&A waterfront featuring live music, food festivals, and an incredible fireworks display over the harbor. It's a lively and colorful atmosphere that brings together people from all walks of life, celebrating not just the start of a new year, but also the unity of the nation.
Exactly, Ryan. And while the big city celebrations are spectacular, some of South Africa's most unique New Year's customs are rooted in local traditions. One of the most fascinating and quirky practices happens in certain neighborhoods of Johannesburg, where people literally throw old household items out of their windows at midnight. This includes everything from small objects to larger items like furniture. While it might sound unusual, this tradition has a deep symbolic meaning. It represents letting go of the past, clearing out old burdens, and making space for new opportunities in the coming year. It's a cathartic and tangible way to embrace a fresh start.
What's remarkable about South Africa's New Year's celebrations is how they reflect the country's multicultural heritage. With 11 official languages and a blend of African, European, and Asian influences, the ways people celebrate are incredibly diverse. For example, in some communities, traditional African drumming and dance take center stage, while in others, modern street festivals and club parties dominate the scene. This diversity is a testament to South Africa's spirit of inclusion and its ability to bring together a wide range of cultural expressions under one celebration.
Absolutely, Ryan. And let's not forget the role of music and dance in South Africa's New Year's celebrations. From Kwaito and Gqom, beats to jazz and pop, music is a universal language that unites people during this festive time. Many neighborhoods host community gatherings where locals perform traditional dances and share meals. It's not just about ringing in the new year. It's about fostering connections and celebrating the country's rich heritage. These events often extend well into New Year's Day, making it a time of extended joy and togetherness.
Well said, Priya. The mix of tradition and modernity in South Africa's New Year's celebrations is truly unique. Whether it's tossing out old items, dancing to the rhythm of Kwaito, or watching fireworks light up the sky, there's a shared sense of hope and renewal. It's a reminder that, no matter where we are in the world, New Year's is a time to let go of the old and embrace the new with optimism and energy.
Exactly, Ryan. South Africa's New Year traditions show us that celebrations can be both deeply personal and incredibly vibrant. They're a reflection of the country's resilience, creativity, and sense of community. From the lively streets of Johannesburg to the coastal beauty of Cape Town, the New Year in South Africa is as diverse and dynamic as the nation itself. Now, as we wrap up our journey around the world, let's reflect on what we've learned about these incredible celebrations.
Wow, what an incredible journey we've been on today. From the fireworks over Sydney Harbor to the serene temple rituals in Japan, from Spain's midnight grapes to South Africa's vibrant street parties, every country has its unique way of welcoming the new year. These traditions are as diverse as the cultures they come from, yet they all share common themes of joy, renewal, and togetherness. It's fascinating to see how different people around the world mark this moment of transition, whether it's with loud celebrations, quiet reflection, or meaningful rituals. No matter where you are, the new year is a time to look forward with hope and positivity.
Absolutely, Ryan. And what makes these traditions even more special is the sense of connection they create between people, within families, and across communities. Whether it's throwing old furniture out of windows in South Africa or offering flowers to Yemanja in Brazil, these practices remind us that we're all seeking a fresh start, a chance to embrace new opportunities. And listeners, we'd love to hear from you. How do you celebrate the new year? Are there traditions in your family or culture that are especially meaningful to you? Share your stories with us, because understanding these global connections enriches our own experiences and broadens our perspectives.
That's a great point, Priya. The new year is not just about personal resolutions. It's about being part of something larger than ourselves. It's about connecting with others, honoring the past, and stepping boldly into the future. So, as we wrap up today's episode, let's remember the joy and inspiration we can take from these incredible traditions around the world.
And as we step into this new year, let's do so with gratitude, purpose, and positivity. Whether you're lighting a bonfire, eating 12 grapes, or simply reflecting quietly, let's embrace the opportunities ahead with open hearts and minds. Thank you for joining us today on this global journey. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and most importantly, stay hopeful. Happy New Year! Happy New Year, everyone. See you in the next episode.